it sort of started off, we have a theme every summer in our program, and this summer's theme was I Can Make a Difference. And so each of the heads of department is supposed to come up with a sort of a project that goes along with the theme. And so our teacher, Mr. Constant, decided that it would be kind of interesting, since a lot of us are from Pontiac, and we'd all kind of been following that in the news, to do an economics project based on the financial problems that Pontiac has been having really in the last couple of years. So we started tracking that through the media, like we were reading the different articles, and we were kind of boning up on the different names of people, what they were doing, what was the problem. And then we took it from there and thought, well, we have a different perspective maybe than some of the adults who've been working on this problem. And so we thought, we have ideas. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to maybe come up with a budget plan based on the knowledge that we've come up with a committee, and maybe make a difference in tying in with the theme with that. And so we were going to do it all together, but then we realized that there were three major parts to the project. There's education that's affected, there's residency, and there's business. And so we thought, well, that's a lot for everybody to bite off all at once. So we broke into three groups. And so there's a group for education, and there's a group for business, and a group for residency. And then each of those individual parties kind of broke off from there, and we were working on public service announcements, and working on budget planning and stuff like that. And so based on that, we've come up with a pretty solid basis for how we want the budget plan to all fit together in the end.
All three of us were working on the residential committee, which is this board over here. Well, this is reaching out to, obviously, the already residents of Pontiac and trying to get new residents to come in.
Not necessarily a draft, but more through research and idea, and from those who have already come from Pontiac, like what we can bring to the table and what ideas we typically have to bring residents in.
Why we were looking so much at community service is because, one, for the Pontiac High School students to graduate, we need community service hours. And if you're in the National Honor Society, you need even more on top of that. And it'd be free labor to help clean up some of the parks and possibly do some beautification processes, something that wouldn't leave the city liable for the students.